So here's Dorado at the tip makeover, and this is our pattern class. So we had a pattern with certain movements that we had to do, and you can't quite see the judge in the view, but we're supposed to come up and wait for his signal, and now we walk to the next cone. This is really just to show the control of the horse and their kind of obedience. So now we pick up the trot. You can see I have a nice loop in the rope, and then we halt, back 4 steps, which he did quite nicely, then back to trot. Then we're going to halt again, and now we go into a pivot to the right. And then I'm going to pivot to the left. He did good. He was a little sticky this morning, but in the warm-up, but he worked out of it pretty well. And did really well considering also we had a 20-degree temperature drop. So he was very well behaved. So now I go into the final movement where we halt, and then we do a side pass to the left. So there I just had to remind him of his shoulders, and there he did a very nice side pass. So I was very happy with how he did in the pattern class. So for the trail class, we headed to this box and we had to just do a turnaround. So I decided what was best for him was he did a pivot better going to the left. So kind of in these scenarios, you do what's best for your horse and knowing your horse. And so this is kind of the decision I made. He did pretty good. He got just a little tight in the box, but he still listened to me. So he did pretty good with that. Now we come up to these cones. We walk to the first cone and we pick up the trot. And now we're supposed to do a serpentine, weave kind of in between the cones, and then walk at this third cone. And then we have this big red scary trailer. So I knew he was going to kind of really take a look at it. He's not always a fan of trailers and going past it or going up to it, so I knew I had to take my time for a second, make sure that he knew that he could stay with me and really not try to rush it. And I just waited for just a second. He just questioned it, and I wanted him to know that I was there. And this trailer was very difficult. It was pretty loud. There weren't any mats in it, but it was a good test for the horses to really show how much they trusted and were willing to listen to the handler. So I kind of pulled him in, and then I made him back off. Again, knowing your horse, you had the option you could turn your horse around and walk them off, but knowing Dorado, he stays a little bit better if I back him off. So I'm talking to him a lot here, giving him a reward, telling him good boy. See his ears are kind of flickering back. He's doing pretty good. So now we walk over this bridge, and I tell him slowly, make sure he steps on it. Did that really well. Now we come to the next cone where we make a right turn. And then the next movement is we pick up the trot and then continue to trot to the parallel poles and then halt. She does this really well. Now I have to be careful because he's pretty close to the pole on the right side. So he has been known to throw that right hip out when I've been backing up, so he did really well to listen to me. And I'm using a lot of voice commands, so I'm telling him haunches and shoulders, and kind of that wiggle is just him really being sensitive to me. So I keep asking him. I get a little stuck with his left hip right here, but he did really good to try to listen to me. You'll see he barely picks up that left hind. He's really trying, and then backs up really nicely. So I was very proud because he stayed really focused and listening to me. In the past, he's been known to kind of obliterate the poles when we've been backing up, so he did fairly good there. So now we head to our final maneuver, which we halt, and then we do the ground tie. I'm working on picking up all 4 feet. So he gives me just a little hesitation there, but nothing too bad. Picks up the left hind. And the other. And then the final. And now just to show him off a little bit how good he ground ties, it kind of give him a little good perimeter walk. See if I can get a little extra points there. And he did very good. I was really happy about how focused he stayed the whole time and stayed really relaxed. And it was a good day for Dorado, so looking forward to his freestyle for tomorrow.